What up, everyone? And another stream again, but not a game show stream. Whoa! Yesterday it went crazy. I mean, the longest game show stream ever, like 5.5 hours of 346, not 326 that was originally planned. But boy, now that was insane. And I'm really happy that the stat game show stream of the longer questions, what a hit. Like, I'm just glad it worked out as I was hoping for. And yeah, next game show stream will not that many questions like yesterday. Well, not 300, but just 250 will be sometimes uh, next month, hopefully. But what type of questions? No idea. Which date? No idea. So, yeah. And man, it had been a lot of quiet time today, actually. I even. It's just been a relaxing time for most part of the day, actually. And yeah, as people see in the title, movies, space, video games. It can be any games, any movies that people that what are their favorites, what are or movies they hate, or someone like it. It can be any topic, any genre. Can be well, basically any topic of games or movies. But my favorite topic, space, the final frontier. Oh man, that's just been a great time. Well, not much else to be happening today. Well. Isn't Mr. Red Goblin?
Holy shit, I'm 3 minutes late. How dare I?
Yeah, I wasn't really not originally planning to do a stream today, actually. But just, it was just, you know, yesterday it was epic. Even though with a lot more questions than I originally planning to, but, oh man, that was just great.
Yeah,
So, so you've been doing though?
not much.
Well. Isn't our friendly Mr. Santa Claus Hayden?
Hello, my lovely people. How you all doing today?
This isn't a game show, by the
I don't care.
way. No, I'm just letting you know.
So what you were doing though yesterday, Hayden?
What do you mean?
Did you do something yesterday?
Oh, yeah, I had to like do some working on that. Why you ask?
Hmm.
Is there a reason why you're asking me, or is it because you literally don't care and all that?
No, I was just curious, since you did ask about the stream yesterday, what time it's gonna be, and I was just expecting you to show up after or something, but you didn't.
Well, my fault that I had work. Okay.
No worries. I was just asking.
I know. Well, what stream was it about? A game show, correct?
Yep. About cryptids.
Well, oh yeah. Well, I didn't know any cryptids anyway, so I'm glad I didn't join that.
Yeah. Lasted for 5.5 hours.
5.5 hours? Damn.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Damn, was that the longest game stream ever or something?
It definitely was.
I wonder if you push for 70 hours.
I don't think you can. Actually,
Well, at
you
least
can,
6 hours. At least 6 hours the best. At least 6.
The max you can do for free plan, 20 hours.
Oh, damn. That's gonna happen like all night. Like,
But if you have premium, you can be streaming 24/7 for a whole week without a break.
Yeah. Okay.
But you have to pay what was it, $25 per month, which is which isn't that serious much, no. Um, but the longest stream I ever done is not even 5 hours. It's way more than that.
Well, how long? Like, let me guess. Like 10 hours? Like 9 hours?
About seven.
Oh, I was close. But yeah, oh yeah, hold on. I said 7 hours, didn't I? Like I said 7 hours, but before I said at least six, didn't I?
I think so.
I did, right? Yeah, yeah. So technically I got that answer correct, but I didn't really notice. He's flat. He's really playing on his phone. Why?
Assuming you're younger siblings. And yep, he's dead.
Not it. I'm just going to choose to ignore what he's in the private chat because he's being an ass, which is normal for him. So it's a normal everyday stream. Okay. Anyway, so Swedish, how have you been?
Well, not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah, told him not to say anything on the pirate chat. I told him not to say anything.
Actually, you didn't say not to say anything. Because you didn't say anything because you were muted. For how can you speak if you are muted?
The
Good
more
point.
you
Good
know.
Pray
point.
tell.
The more you know.
Mr. Game Guy, the ass, smart ass.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna make a TV show called Game Guy the Smartass. Whenever I ask him a question, a dumb question, he just be a smartass about it.
Yeah, or sarcastic.
Rated PG.
So, what are your guys' favorite movies?
Oh, you don't want
Let's
to
just say.
know.
Hmm?
You do not want to know what my favorite movies are. You do
Actually,
I
not
he
want
mean,
does want to. If he didn't want to know, why did he ask?
to. Well,
I mean, I mean, they can be any type. I mean, they could like be as like a say a favorite childhood movie or sci-fi or some like that type of movies.
like violence movies, like gore movies, thriller movies. Yeah,
Yeah, any movies actually.
I know one movie that I like that might not be as bad. I'm trying to think about it right now at the moment. I think it's Trick or Treat. I don't know if you heard of that.
What you say? What was the name, man? The title?
Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat?
Yeah, that's actually a movie.
Uh, Never heard of it.
You never heard of Trick or Treat?
Nope.
Never at all.
Nope.
Then I'm not gonna tell you what it is then, because spoilers alert. I'll say one
Um,
thing. I'll say one thing. It's kind of messed up. Like, kind of fucked up, you know?
it's a horror movie.
Well, I mean, judging by the title, like I just said, yeah, it's a whole movie. Like, say, like, there's Halloween movies out there, like with Michael Myers in it. Let's say that, but it's like a little kid, kind of thing.
Ah,
I don't
well,
know. I don't know how to explain it without spoiling it for you. Um, I don't know how to say it without spoiling because you know me. Like, if some kids haven't seen the movie, I just highly explain. like all the spoilers from the movie. I hate it. I want to say about what's spoiling it for you.
Hmm.
You want me to spoil it for you, or you want to just watch it yourself?
You can explain it if you want to.
All right. So there's a little kid named Sam, I believe. Sam? Yeah, Sam. And how to explain it? I haven't seen this movie in a while. Okay, so there's like some parts of the movie like it comes back to the beginning. Like for example, the beginnings where a couple decide to make some Halloween decorations and all that, and yeah, I'm not a best explainer, my bad. So and this Sam kid just comes out and like scares some people and all that, and he decided to just kill the woman. And the kid just come along and just thought it was like just some kind of display or something and just run away. Like, it's Halloween, You're like, you know that, right? Like, it's Halloween. You don't expect killers to come out on Halloween. Like Michael Myers, for example. And so when he gets like some points in the movie, it comes back to the same beginning. Like different perspectives, I have to say to myself. Like, there's some
Hey, what's
stories
up,
in it.
you guys?
Oh, hi there. You interrupted my story. Thank you.
Oh
I'm
boy.
sorry. You
Yeah, it's fine.
continue.
I was just kidding, Yeah, you didn't really, I didn't really mean that, but okay.
Okay.
So where was I? I forgot where I was. Where was I?
You alright, Retro?
Yeah, I just woke up. That's all.
Hmm.
That's fair.
Where was I about the movie? I forgot what part I was in. Dang it, I forgot what part I was in. Oh, right, I was talking about the part of some points come back to the beginning. Right, I remember that.
Wait,
And
one sec.
I want to say one more thing. It has nudity in it, so I want to say that.
Ah,
But don't worry, it's not like hard nudity. There's only one scene,
mm, makes sense.
so it won't be as bad. And yes, game guy, there's some blood, so I don't think you can watch it.
I bet you
Um,
So,
dollar. I'll bet you Dr. Donuts that nude scene is the one he's replayed the most.
yeah, whatever. Anyway, so at the end of the movie, there's like a grouch kind of guy who like kind of hates Halloween. Like instead, Sam Kid decided to like put pumpkins all over the yard and all that, and so Sam and him had like a little bit of a fight and all that. And then turns out the Sam Kid, it's actually just a pumpkin who's alive.
Hmm.
So like
uh,
and all that, and somehow the kid just doesn't want to kill the grouch kid. He just wants some candy. So he like, remember that pumpkin lollipop, and you bite it and turns into like a knife almost. He did that, but he didn't like stab him. He just stabbed the candy. So like as like a plot twist, like doesn't want to kill him and all that. And then when
Yeah,
he
makes
like
sense. Yeah.
leaves the house, it goes back to the beginning of the movie where he kills the woman and all that.
Huh.
And then we get to see what actually happened to the Grouch kid. And I didn't explain this part of the movie, so it's a little confusing.
Hmm.
So yeah, and then the Grouch man just died because of some zombie kids or something,
Yeah.
and that's
so
basically the part of the movie.
guys, like on Friday, I ordered me a PlayStation 3 from eBay.
eBay, I want on eBay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I kind of ordered me something from eBay, and I'm getting it probably Monday or Wednesday. I don't. The seller doesn't know when it'll come, but he most likely said Monday or Wednesday. I'm gonna try my best to take care of it and make sure to give it a new home, like I do all the other stuff that I got.
At
And
least look at you.
I'm looking forward to soft modding the console.
At least you bought it from eBay and not from Craigslist because I heard a lot of scary stories on that place. Either been scammed
Yeah, I did
or robbed or
too.
like that. It's I mean, not saying that Craigslist is a bad place to just. It's there are always some bad apples and that, and even
Yeah,
eBay
I
and
agree.
even even eBay can also, unfortunately, have some bad apples, like when it comes to
Yeah,
people scamming. So,
I heard that on Craigslist, this one dude got. I seen a YouTube video, and this was a long time ago. This one dude, this is back when the Wii U and the new 3DS was a thing. This one kid, he ordered a new 3DS, and what happened was the kid didn't get it, and because the seller, he basically lied to him and ripped him off and stole his money, and he got really pissed off, made a YouTube video about it. He was angry, he was mad, and he just ended up destroying his computer out of rage. And I was like, dude, that is so fucking scummy. I mean, seriously, why would you do that? Why would the seller do that?
yeah, I really have no idea. I I mean, even Mr. Nightmare, not the YouTuber, had made some stories of people that actually said admitted uh, stories to him to read up. And one of the stories where this teenager, I think he was, if I remember correctly, between 15, 18, something like that. He was living with his older sister and his parents. He was trying to buy something from Craigslist. I think it was some sort of box. Not like a box. They were like a bag or something. And so,
So Swedish. I want to say thank you for having me on, man.
all right, you're always welcome back at any time.
Yeah, you and Game Guy and Aiden will always be my friends because I will say I'm gonna tell you this Swedish. I will say that it's a blessing to be a part of your community. I'm very happy that I'm in
Yep,
your circle. I'm glad I'm not kicked out of your circle or anything, because I will say this: I don't do nothing bad. I try to keep it cool. Whenever I'm in your stream with Game Guy or Aiden, I keep it cool. I don't like to bring up stuff that happened to me or anything, but well, I did. Well, nothing good. Well, it was a good thing that I brought up the PlayStation 3 because, well, to be honest, Swedish, that type of stuff of me getting ripped off, it never happened to me before. I never experienced that. Like every time I talk to a seller, I always be nice to. I'd be kind of gentle and kind and nice to the person,
exactly.
and I'm respectful to the seller as well. Like yesterday on Friday, I asked them, hey, my friend, when is the PlayStation 3 coming in the mail? And he told me it's coming either Monday or Wednesday. He doesn't know yet, but
Mm.
once it's shipped, he said once it's shipped, you'll get a tracking number. You can track it from there. Because it's not, he told me it's not UPS that's delivering. It's the brown UPS truck
Oh, that's cool.
that's in my area. So
Yeah.
I think you're a wonderful person, Swedish, and game guy and Hayden too. Even though me and Hayden just met, I think he's a cool dude.
You know heard my voice and you thought I was gonna be like a soft person.
No, that's not true, man. I think you and Game Guy are good people. Well, he's called Tired Guy, but I think you both are amazing, along with Swedish. I'm very happy to be a part of your community, Swedish. No,
Yeah.
Swedish, you have a community. Don't let anybody take that away from you, man.
Nah, I won't. I mean, having Hayden, I saw he sometimes
Oh, and
can
by
be
the way, one more thing. My birthday's coming up in October, so
huh.
um,
Same here.
what I'm doing, for my birthday,
June.
I'm gonna buy everybody pizza, and I'm gonna buy everybody pizza, breadsticks, and we're gonna share the cake together as a family.
Hmm.
My mom is paying for all of it though, but I told her thank you. I told her I love her, and I told her thank you. Yeah, I think you're a very nice person, Swedish. I don't. I'm not gonna lie, you have a nice community, man.
Yeah,
I
like
am
you said,
very happy about that. That people don't upset you. People don't like to make up lies about you. Like in the, like for example, in the community that I was in, basically a lot of the people who were in my circle when I was in the original community, they made up lies about me. They tried to get me arrested. They tried to get me kicked out of the home I was in. They tried to make sure that I'm off YouTube and not on it.
I definitely
Like,
never heard of that part. That's
yeah, these people are crazy.
wow.
They want me off YouTube for like no reason, and
I knew
also
that, but I didn't
they
know they were trying to get you arrested.
they were doing they're trying to do that. Like I remember one time these a couple of YouTubers, I will not say their names, but they tried to have me arrested and tried to have me in jail for some I didn't do anything, but it was for no reason basically.
oh, that's
But
weird.
Swedish, I'm you are blessed. Swedish, can I say you are blessed right now? Because you don't have any of that, man. Like, think about it.
No,
Whenever you
no, I
stream,
don't.
you have none of that,
But
dude.
as
I will say you are blessed, bro.
as many people
Um,
on the YouTube had been, this happens to many people that neither one of them can actually have a strike, which means that eventually, if you get three strikes,
Yeah,
your channel is gone. And you, here's the thing: what I from I heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but if you get three strikes, your channel being deleted, and you will be permanently banned from YouTube. Or like maybe
yeah.
make a new account.
They say that
But
3 strikes and you're out. But I
yeah,
never got a strike.
I
Never.
have, I have.
Oh dang, that's horrible.
Yeah. The
Game
other thing,
guy,
huh?
game guy, he hasn't. It is.
like game guy, is this true?
No, I guess so. I don't know why you asking me when it switches channels.
Okay. I'm just making
You
sure.
should be
But
aware.
and
You
game guy, by the way, your Mario 64 streams are really cool.
Yeah, they can be they can be bonkers sometimes, but they're fun.
Yeah, the Mario 64 streams are the best, man. I just really like Mario 64. They're just good games, man. I grew up with the original Mario 64. I remember one
Yep,
time
I
that
did.
you know how on the main title screen when you see Mario's head, you get to play with Mario.
Yeah.
I used to do that all the time when I was a kid. That was the best thing ever. I didn't do that on my DS with Super Mario 64 DS, but yeah, guys, I think I got to get going because pretty soon I have to take my meds and I have yeah, I have to take medication and I'm gonna beat my other friend because we're playing Mega Man tonight.
huh?
All right.
Yeah,
I
he
never.
said he'll be ready by 8 or 10, so I'll make sure to that.
Hmm.
Well, it's 4
I
right
never
now.
played.
So.
I never played Mega Man or Mario games on.
Yeah, according to Two Black, he has played Mega Man. I played it too, but I was terrible at it. It was a traditional Mega Man games, but guys, really got to get going. But you game guy and Aiden have a good stream.
All
Have a
right.
wonderful,
All
blessed
right.
stream. I love you guys. Y'all take care and uh laters, I guess.
Stay up.
Haters.
Well, Malakat is in the comments. Said
Wasn't expecting that.
RGS Hayden is not blessed. Blessing his low blowing Fortnite playing kick in the rear end. Oh man, as you were saying. But yeah, talking about movies, have you seen or heard of Children of Corn?
I've seen a review of it, but I haven't seen the movie.
Well, I would say movies. There are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 totaled.
That
I only seen
wow.
I only seen one. I only seen one of them, and that was the fourth movie. And that movie, it's well, let's say it wasn't that good and not too bad. It's just that franchise is about somehow a child that became would be a prophet for some sort of cult, and it's the same, not the same child in every movie. In the last one I know of that I read, is a girl, but the fourth is a boy. And the only way to kill him in that movie is that the mother of the two kids um, is that she used mercury in the sprinkle system. And whenever they hit the boy in his face, it started to like melt off. He was apparently weak to mercury. I mean, even any basic life can survive in mercury, but Corner Children, the fourth movie, it's I only seen it like twice, but that was first time I saw it. I wasn't even a teenager. I was like just I think around maybe as 10, 12 maybe, and it was a horror movie, and it was not even though a lot of horror movies I would actually was my parents they actually let me see them. I saw even the original Poltergeist back when I was a kid. Even I was perhaps younger than 10. And when I saw Tremors, the one from the 90s, I was barely, well, when it came out, I was 7, so I think I saw it first time was maybe 8 or 9, give or take. I wasn't scared at all. I mean, there was no blood or anything in that, just, well, not human blood at least, only this graboid with those big underground worms. All day was bleeding. But other than that, I didn't see much. Though there were one horror movie that I really couldn't sleep well of. Jeepers Creepers, the first one I made. That was pretty horror. Couldn't sleep for a couple of days. But afterwards, I usually can. Usually when I've seen a horror movie, just even if it's at night, like say 10 or 11 or even at midnight, and the next day I can just watch it even at the same time again without actually feeling scared. But even though there are many movies that I really enjoyed. The Mask, the original, never saw the sequel and never even intend to go into do. Who would not forget Beetlejuice? Am I right? As just a
Mm-hmm.
classic. Even though the second ever sequel that was originally planned in the sometimes afterwards, but fortunately it didn't happen. But actually is a developed. It's currently being on the release on the movies next year. But exactly what's going to happen or title of it, I have no idea. Well, Mr. Santa Claus is back.
Oh yeah. By the way,
Hmm?
you up for the randomizer?
Yeah, why not?
Cool. Because I've gotten in the 64 right now, so that's about to happen.
Smash and
Alright.
Pass.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, apparently
um,
there's just one more.
maybe next time. I usually have pictures for those. Um, Sadly, I don't have any of those.
Nah, you can watch me die 30 times. Maybe 30. I don't know. Thank you. Alright, somebody give me a seed. I don't know which one it is, but someone give me a seed. I'm gonna get you. Why not? Oh, here we go. We're gonna get like 30 of these. I have already done 12 and I've already done 45. So we'll skip those ones because I've already done them. But I'll put them together into one seed. There you go. Look at that. I'm just too good at this. Oh, right. Oh, that's not how you do that. It's R, not left and right. That's on, that's on, that's on. Are we all ready to see what our first Mario is going to look like? I'm going to do it anyway. Ah, yes! I missed this. This is why I love the game. The Mario is great. The shadowy star before you, it's a Star Maker. Yep, it's definitely there, all right. Thank you for telling me that sign. I couldn't have figured that out if I couldn't have figured that out myself. I don't know. Guess I'll get 10 stars.
Hmm.
Oh, it's shut.
I don't know if you guys, if Hayden know this, but
there you go.
I actually had this pretty much permission from Final Goddess to mention is that yesterday one of the cats passed away.
Oh, yeah, you told us about that yesterday during the putt putt, I think.
Yeah,
If I remember right.
they had actually 6 cats, 5 of their own, and the 6th was one of their aunt's cats that they her cats that they took in after she passed away of COVID last year, or was it earlier this year? And that cat's name is Meow Meow. And the cat that they lost was her brother's cat, named Rachel. She was only 9 years old, unfortunately. It's it sucks to have a lose a cat or a pet like that. And my family knows how to lose a pet like that because we lost a cat only this August actually. Our actually it was my mom's cat, at least one of them, and we did lose a dog about a week earlier to that. She was only 10 years old, and the other cat was 5 or 6. Now we are getting a new dog on Tuesday. No, wait, Thursday actually. It's a mix between a toy poodle and Labrador. Its original name was Charlie, but my parents had decided to change it to another name, like what was it, Miko, I think it was. I was like, seriously, Miko? All right. Better that than Mr. Hayden. I wonder if Hayden is actually even as a only as a first name, or it can even use as a last name.
Liberal. And even
What do
the
you mean?
resolution is shockingly high for the site. I
I
really
mean,
want whoever made this a really
like
big.
like
So I just
Carter,
want to that we also just don't have rewarded everything we
like the name Carter could have been used as a first name and as a last name, and yeah, and that or say Kim can be used both as a first name and as a last name, and some names can actually be used that.
put a point in
Makes sense.
You know, the funny thing is about my country, years, I mean years, like more than 100 years ago, say during the say uh, during the 1700s and onward to the 1900s or 20th century, the British very common if your name was say Eric, your son would be named say maybe if you have a son and you name him, let's say Adam, but his name would be Erickson because your father, that boy's father, was named Eric, and he's the son of Eric, and if he had a son, okay, if he had a son had named Adam, and he would be like Adamson, or if his name was John, that would be Johnson, which or Anders or Anderson. That's what how really common names in not only my country but also in Norway, Denmark, even Finland. But not these days, not anymore. Now you can actually be using you know different names. Like if me and Father Goddess would get married, she didn't need not necessarily have to use my last name. She can use her own because it's one of the few things about that. Though I wonder if I will ever get married with her. I mean, in the next few years or so, but who knows? Boy, well,
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure so I'm not getting married anytime soon.
mm, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe the only one of your family that I would say has a high chance to get married within the next 5 to 10 years or so is Dylan. After all, he has someone in his life, and neither you or Roy has any.
Yeah, but between me and Roy would probably get someone before me.
Well, unless he has someone already, but he hasn't even told you yet.
No, he'd tell me.
You know, when me and Final Girls, when we started dating 5 years ago, I did tell my parents about this, and they were first not happy about it, and they were not keen the idea of me dating someone so far away. Not because they were against long distance relationship, because if I had someone across my own country, say on the west coast, they would actually more still support that. But uh, it's just that they don't believe that I would be able to see her. But Final though, well, we made sure that she wouldn't keep her uh, that she found a boyfriend that she wanted to keep it a secret from her family for about a month. But it didn't last that long at all because her mom somehow did sense that something was a bit off with her daughter because she was smiling a lot more than usual. So she spilled the beans, literally. So, and her mom was actually happy about it, and but her dad was not really. I don't want to say he wasn't that he. I don't think he like hated the idea, but he was more as concerned, which makes sense. And but after a while, though, he actually accepted it because. But the funny part, though, is what her dad did that same year around Christmas. um, she and her family were to a restaurant but to celebrate Christmas with I think one of her aunts and uncles and some cousins at the restaurant though. And during dinner, finally got his dad just said that she had a boyfriend, and I don't know exactly what her extended family said, but they were like something like what like they started asking her questions like what is his name, how old is he, where he's from, how you meet him, or something like that. And she told me afterwards that she wants to just hide under the table because she was so embarrassed. I mean, can you blame her? Because she didn't expect that her dad or her mom would even spill the beans so fast. Literally just saying it right out. Like, oh, by the way, do you know that she has a boyfriend now? I was like, "Are you serious?" And if that was my case, yeah, I would definitely for it felt so embarrassed myself. But you know, being with someone like that, it's has all of its moments, and I mean, we barely had even fought anything at all for the past 5 years. Sure, we may have some arguments about some things, but otherwise, not much of fights. Even though there have been a few times I was very close to simply end it all. It's because of what my parents had always said, so I just. that was just great. But families, sometimes they can even be in a pain in the ass, but sometimes they can be or not. But it's just how they are. Some families can have had a bad apple. Some can have, you know, a black sheep in the family. So it depends on what kind of the things that they done. Some people considered as a black sheep, or like he says, game got what his brother did. That I think would consider as a black sheep of the family. I mean, especially what he did. Otherwise, I don't know. Oh, I hate it. I mean, how does it feel that you only have brothers and not even sisters?
Well, I mean, technically we do now because of the whole adoption thing, but
Well, true. I mean, like biological sisters, or but is the adoption already complete though?
yeah, we almost figured it out.
I mean that from what I understand that they had to go to some sort of court and sign some documents for make it official.
They're official, but it's a little complicated. So far, it's going all right, but
Hmm.
it's close enough for us to just call them our sisters at this point. But still figuring out the last, you know, details. Yeah, that's the word. Details.
Hmm. Assuming Roy at the gym as always.
Yep. Some things don't
I would
change.
not know. Yeah, how did I know that? It just
Oh, goddamn
really.
haunting.
Can you not dodge there? Is that a
I
hole or
can
something?
dodge. I can dodge those fine. Mario is just too big for the game to handle. Obviously, that's what's happening here. Can you get up here? Thank you. Let's say danger, strong gusts, but the wind makes for a comfy ride. Thank you for telling me that. I wouldn't have known that the winds were comfortable to ride on unless you told me that sign. So thank you for telling me. It was essential to my survival here. Even though there's not even any winds in TCB. Unless it's Chaos Edition, in which case I guess there could be, but ah! That's right. I saved it. Alright, I gotta get. Actually, I'm gonna save that one for last. Because the star's gonna end up over there, so I don't want to go all the way back for that one coin. So, you got any plans for Halloween, Swedish? Other stream?
Um,
I jump
Usually
right
about
over that.
over perhaps in Halloween or overnight stream, but that depends, of course, um, for a few things like if I have enough hours and if I Goddess is here, if she is gonna be here for that week, and I mean, also if you want to stay for around for the stream for a whole overnight. But overnight, I mean, like not the whole night, but it's just for maybe for maybe 8 9 hours or something like that. It depends. But other than that, I don't really see anything any plan for Halloween otherwise. We have just been, we have just talked about what topic to do for the Halloween stream, and that's gonna be just talking about particular movies, how they're like last year. But I wouldn't know right now since I have no idea who's gonna be showing up there at the time. Like if Malachi will be there, if Cody will be there, or any of our friends.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, and I will have a lot of time to be focused on Frederick. For this month, I have uh, a lot of stories been taken care of. Just crossovers. Since someone actually asked me to do uh, crossovers between Sonic characters with some characters from Ruby, an anime series, and I hadn't even seen any of the Ruby character that series at all. So I was like, so I thought, yeah, and that was the last one that's gonna be among things. And same person asked me to do even Ninjago uh, stories, not crossovers, but same characters from that series. And since I hadn't even seen the Ruby series at all, so I have no idea what is like, say, the characters, how they are, like personality and itself. So I had to read more about it, and than that, I don't see any reason for it.
Oh my
That
goodness gracious. Look at him.
that's a gray Mario.
So great.
The only thing that didn't
Radio's
change
on the
is the shoes.
case.
The only thing that didn't change was the shoes.
And the hair.
Yeah.
And his gloves
So
too.
yeah. And the other stories that the same person had asked me to do is about the Ninjago. Um, I actually have seen the Ninjago first movie they made and the show for some time, so I wouldn't have any problems to see make that as a story since at least I'm familiar with the characters and some of the personality, and but the other one is well, it's not as much as I expected, to be honest, but and I have a few other, I think it's over a dozen other stories I had in mind. Some MLP, Sonic characters. Um, let's see. Oh wait. Um, it was actually Fine Goddess who sent me the thoughts over my email, some pictures for the characters and the stories, but after a while I didn't know if she went which one's gonna be true friend or true love stories, and so I asked her to resend them to me on email, but with text only. And she did mark, say, like a Rainbow Dash X Silver with if it's gonna be love or true friend, and she said love. And I would tell her it's a lot, like a lot of ideas. So I will be busy for next month or so. And I did, like I said in the video, that after Halloween, it will be at the end of my crossover stores, basically altogether. But I will still do stories from those franchise, like say, if I would do only last stories between characters from say Star Wars or Mario characters or even Pokemon, like say between Ash and Misty or someone like that type of stories would still be normal, because since they were being between characters in the same universe, and I don't see any wrong with that. So, but this person asked me if I would take out if I should consider to not to use to stop doing them for Halloween, and if I should do it I should wait until some other season holiday. I said that I would think about it, but after thinking about it, then I still remain with my choice. So after Halloween, it won't be any more crossover stories at all, since I have been mostly been drawn away from focus on my regular stores. So that's just one of the things that I wouldn't want to move on. And yeah, even though I know that some of my viewers may not perhaps like the crossovers, but it is my choice. And if I didn't want to do any crossover stories anymore, that's only my choice. And I really understand that some of my viewers may have liked some of the crossovers, but in the end, I wanted to focus on my regular stories I've been doing for the past several years. But it doesn't mean I would stop doing stories of that particular franchise. I mean, it's like if I had to do any stories of uh, Pokemon characters or Mario characters like Mario and Peach or Luigi and Daisy, or even I don't know Bowser with someone, I would still do my stories as those always. But the crossovers will be finished by after New Year, Halloween. I mean, I had over 20 plus, I think, around character stories that I want to do. Another thing I also is thinking of doing is another Q&A video soon, since I am pretty close to um, 8,500 subscribers, I think. Let me check on that one. Uh, it just, I really wanted to go back to do my own stories. Even I have noticed that a lot of my old videos, that when I first started with this thing, had a lot of views. Some can be from between 10, 60,000, but the newer ones I have done so far has maybe just on a few hundred. Only one I had around almost 1,100 views on it, but it's just that I can't force some of my viewers to just watching my videos, and those fictional stories I have been making for the past few months now. I decided maybe just take a break from those, and perhaps in the future I might be doing some more. But it's hard to tell over if that happens and if they will be back. But yeah, I almost at 9,500 views, 800, 8.5. So Uh, so yeah, I will just probably just continue to do my stories as I also I want to do. Even though some of my viewers may think that I should continue to do some crossovers, but it's my choice. I can't be told to continue to do stories if I don't like it anymore. And I'm not saying that I hate my viewers or anything like it. It just they have to accept my choices. And if they can't, well, it's tough. It is. I had a lot of stories I wanted to do, but I'm gonna put those stories on the side for at least for time being now. So even as a Packers fan, actually asked me to do a story for him, two actually. One was Sonic with Fluttershy, one was Mario and Peach. I mean, don't see any problems with those stories. I mean, Mario and Peach, I can do this a love story, especially without a problem. But um, if anyone said, what about, say, Donkey Kong, Mario, True Friends story? Well, not as a problem because they're in the same universe. Well, in the same franchise that it is, so aren't they?
Well, they are, but technically, Donkey Kong has his own series called Donkey Kong Country, and Mario has his own thing going on. I'm not sure if it's in like the same universe or not, because as much as I love the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which said yeah they're in the same place, I'm not sure if that's actually like canonically it's in the same place or not. So,
Mm,
but
true.
it could still work. I mean,
Well, I mean, if you're considering that movie is if that is canonical, and I wouldn't see any problems to do as a two friend stories or, I mean, okay, how about this? I know that some people actually had shipped Bowser with Peach. I would not be surprised if people actually ship with Peach with Donkey Kong. I wouldn't be so surprised if
I'll
that
tell you
happened.
one thing though. One true friend story that probably wouldn't work is Mario and Cranky Kong, because in the first Donkey Kong game that they ever made, Mario was called Jumpman, and the Donkey Kong that Mario fought canonically grew up to become Cranky Kong, and he was Donkey Kong's grandfather. So if Cranky Kong saw Mario again, he's probably not going to be very, you know, welcoming of his friendship,
Yeah, that would make
especially
sense.
from Donkey Kong Jr., where Mario kind of kidnapped Donkey Kong. There's not a reason why he did. He just did. Listen, everybody's got the
Yeah,
bar bed excited them. It's not the pod. Anyway,
but what are these other characters in the series, in the game? Other than that, Donkey Kong has this girlfriend of his, but there's another female, much younger, around the same age as the one I would consider as his nephew. But I've seen her, but also been from her young age, and suddenly that she is in her teenage years or as in her
that would be
20s,
Tiny
suddenly.
Con. Yeah, they redesigned her, and I'm not sure why they redesigned her specifically. She was from Donkey Kong 64, and in that game she had one design, and then they changed it for some reason, and yeah, I don't know why they did. It's a little weird. Oh wait, no, actually, thinking about it, I think I actually know why. Because TinyCon and DixieCon are cousins, so they had to make her look more like DixieCon. So, if doing that, they made her older. I'm not sure what that made her more closely to look like Dixie, but I don't know.
That would make sense.
That's my best guess.
Yeah, I think there's something like that could make sense in that. Um, Other than that, I mean, I don't see any problem to true friend stories or true love stories between some of the Mario characters, like say a true friend story between the Peach with Daisy and maybe a true friend story between Mario and Bowser if they were having say some form of competition of who is the strongest, like say Smash Super Smash Olympic edition of games, like that they had something similar
Well, I was
in
thinking
that
Mario Kart. Just they work together to find the Mario Kart. So
yeah, something like that.
okay.
So even though Bowser isn't a real true villain, he's more like an
Ouch.
anti-hero. And even that some people actually had even shipped Bowser with Peach, or even made this female version of Bowser, which is also a bit surprising. How it's like a mix between Bowser and Peach.
Oh, oh boy, that. Yep, that was the time in the internet. Basically, what happened was they ported New Super Mario Bros. U onto the Switch, and there was a power up called the Super Crown that turned Toadette into Peachette. The internet, being the internet, decided Bowser should get that power up and become Peachette, and then, well, we all know the rest of what happened after that. So,
Yep.
if anyone doesn't know what happened, it rhymes with born and starts with a P.
Yeah, pretty much.
It comes to trying anyway. But yeah, I mean, he's not a well, she, I guess. Would it be a she or a he? Because it was a he before the transformation, and then it's a she after. So would it? So which one would it be? Actually, that okay. Now I'm thinking about that. Anyway, Bowsette, which is what that character was called, isn't really a real character. So as much as some people want her to be, it's a little bizarre. The whole thing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I agree. This is a bit weird how things like that is. When it comes to the franchise or fandom of the new games and new power-ups or new designs of new characters, like or new addition to characters, like if there's a female characters, you never know what's gonna happen. Like people were assuming, like say if there's gonna be I mean, what if they brought in a female version of Mario in the games and like they were like people started wondering. I mean, if they and people will like wonder
People have already
how
done
is
a gender swap of Mario. It's something.
yeah. I mean, what if they like even though they had both Mario and a female version of Mario in a game in like an official game, people wonder start to question themselves when did this seeing this when let's say Sega or Nintendo made this official announcement it's going to be a new game and they reveal a picture of Mario to the next to a female version of him like looks like they're like twins, but a female version of himself. And when that picture would have been released to the public, and a lot of fans out there would start to speculate who this particular character could have been. Like, is it his, if it is his daughter or his sister or his cousin, or if it's a friend of his, or if it's a some sort of a clone of Mario, but as a female version, or if he is from an altered dimension or something. people assuming a lot of questions, a lot of assumptions that if there would have been a Mario female character like himself, but as a female, there would have been a lot of speculations of who she is, and what role she will have, and how she is connected to Mario. Like, I mean, what if she wasn't actually connected to Mario in any ways, and that only that's she was created by some magical spell or something that the person who used the spell and used Mario as a template or a model, and but instead in the process to make what if like that the Koopa that looks like a wizard.
Yeah, the Magic Koopa.
Yeah, so if it decides to make an evil copy of Mario, and even though like using a magic and create a copy of Mario, and instead it somehow it worked, but instead that it in the process of doing this, maybe he get disturbed by for only a brief second, and in that brief disturbed, the process instead of performing his correctly, but it turned from male to female, and the colors of the clothes are not red, but maybe it could end up being as pink or perhaps purple. And her name could still be an M, but instead maybe Mary or something. And people were like, even though that was true, and that they had as a picture on the when Nintendo revealed that there's going to be a new game, and they revealed this like a promo shot of Mario standing next to a female character, and it looks like him, but instead as a female. And people were started being speculating how she is how this particular character, if she looks like Mario, but is complete opposite from him, like different colors himself and looks like him, but is a female version. I mean, if Nintendo did that as a visual character in a game, people would speculate like how she's connected somehow to Mario, like what her role is, if she's gonna be the new, um, if she's gonna be an antagonist or if she's gonna be a protagonist, if she's gonna be a bad guy or a good guy, or perhaps even being a neutral character. And that's one of the things that we were, a lot of fans out there would start speculate how she would be connected to Mario. Or anyways, like if she would have been, like say if she is Mario and Luigi's younger sister, and that she looks like Mario, but or perhaps she is Mario's twin sister. After all, Luigi is the younger one of those two. So I would have been surprised they actually decided to make a female character that looks like Mario, and Nintendo's explanation is that she is Mario's twin sister. But if that would happen, people still were to ask themselves, and even trying to ask Nintendo, like, why would they haven't been so like after so many years, but have using Mario as the main character? And ever since they made Mario, they decided to bring some new characters like Luigi as his younger brother, which is somehow taller himself. But, and throughout the entire time, there has still been no mentioning of other relatives to Mario. Maybe except for Baby Mario, but other than that, or like say, then suddenly they decide to bring in a whole new character, looks like him, but as a female, and they decide to make her as Mario's twin sister. And the fans were like, how or when did that happen? They like they were definitely asking like where did it had why had it the mention of her being a female character or a female relative of his like a sister. And I can stand from their point of view. Like if they have been using Mario for the past 30 years or so, and and it has always been Luigi in the family that has been introduced, minus the mom and dad used in Super Mario Bros. Which question if that movie is considered canon or not. Otherwise, if they were bringing a female character that looks like Mario and telling that she is Mario's twin sister. And there would have still been a lot of speculations like why suddenly they bring in this new idea that Mario has a sister. And even though they made a cartoon show of Mario years ago, even that could have mentioned something about her, that he had a female relative, maybe a younger sister or even a twin sister or even older one. But for some reason they never did. And if they would somehow bring a twin sister Mario in this new game, I mean, I know that a lot of fans would have been very questioning about it and even, you know, really much surprised and debating on themselves. Like, first, if they're just seeing the picture of a female character of Mario without knowing if how she is related or connected to him, but if Nintendo later makes another reveal that she is Mario's twin sister, and so all the if before then people are like, who is she? What is her role? And didn't it, there might be speculations like say if she is somehow related to Mario, but they don't know how. If she is a sister, a cousin, a niece, or something else, or if she's from a parallel universe or something. And if they decide, and they're revealing later on that she is actually how she is related to Mario, and that later reveals that he is they're twins. I would be like, so if Mario has a twin sister in an official game, and that she might even be a playable character in a game, I'd be like, well, that's not something new, because before Luigi was in a game, there was only Mario. Then they later reveals to have added Luigi, then Yoshi, then so if they will bring a female character that's somehow related to Mario, if it's like a twin sister or something, it would be a great. There would have actually been a not bad in um, concept. I mean, there brings always new characters in a new series of any franchise. Like say Sonic characters, they have brought in new ones all the time. Like say when they brought in Tails, Knuckles, um, when they introduced Amy, Shadow, Silver, Big the Cat, you name it. They introduced so many new characters in the games. So if they were to bring a whole new characters for Mario, like new family members, I mean they even brought in Waluigi or Wario that looks like they're evil twins, but they aren't even somehow not even related at all. And so why not even a character that looks like Mario? Well, even if he's somehow, what if they did made a twin sister of Mario, or they made an evil twin or an evil identical copy of Mario, but as Wario, because he's an evil, more, more, he more, I would say fat, but I will say a more bigger size character. So if they brought in a female bad guy character as Mario, but it's a female version as Mario and Wario, that would have definitely been interested. I mean, since they brought in Waluigi Wario, so why not a female version of Wario as well? Am I right?
Well, technically, they actually did.
Well,
Kinda. It's there goes Mario. Um, there's an ending to I think it was the original Wario Land on the Game Boy Advance. It was one of the Wario Land games. Where one of the endings was there's a genie that you free in the game, and one of the endings is the uh, the genie ends up being the female version of Wario and gives him a kiss. It's great.
hmm.
No reason for it, but I think it's just a comedic ending. But oh
Is
boy,
that like a official game?
it's a official game. Yeah, it might not even be Wario Land 1 though. I think I think it might be 3 actually. It's 3 or 4.
Hmm.
It's one of the Wario lands.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know since I had never played Mario games, but yeah, but still, I mean, even if they were to bring, I mean, since they brought Wario and Waluigi, and if they were to bring a female version of Wario or even somehow a sister to Mario and Luigi in the game, it would not be the first time if they brought something new. I mean, what if they decide to make I don't know, a male relative to Peach or Daisy in the game, like say a brother or something? Or if they have they ever mentioned of Peach parents, like the king and the queen of the Mushroom Kingdom?
Again, technically yes, but I'm not sure if it's canonical or not. There is a page of I think it was like a Mario anime age or something like that, or like some other page. I don't remember what it was, but it
Hmm.
had a king and a queen toad next to Peach, and it's like, oh no, these are Peach's parents. And then there was another one that had different parents for Peach, so it's up in the air which ones are actually her parents. I forget what the second one was, but I do remember the Toad ones because that's just it was just weird to see. But whether or not those were her parents or not, it was never actually canonically said. So
Yeah, in that way I can understand, and it's like I mean, it's like in the MLP universe of G4, there had never been any.
well, oh, that actually reminds me. You know Princess Rosalina, the one with the
Huh?
band over her head, hair, whatever.
Um, who?
The Space Prince of Galaxy.
Ah, her. Yeah,
She was originally planned to be Peach's sister, but then they changed it. So
really?
yeah,
Huh?
she
I
had a different design and everything. She was like all regal looking and stuff, and then they changed her design and changed her to not be her sister. And Galaxy was going to be a way different game originally. I'll tell you that. But
yeah. I mean, she did end up having her own kingdom, which on the moon.
I don't remember that. I think
I
it was
think
just
at
the
least
observatory.
yeah, because I know that for I did read a little bit of Sonic game and that were they were one of the games that they actually had a character, um, a female character that she was the other princess or queen of for because I did they were mention of a moon kingdom within the games.
That was from
If that's
Odyssey, and
well, I
Rosalina
wouldn't know
didn't
if it's,
show up in Odyssey, so
I mean it's possible that they could have been from one type of game, but I'm not so certain about which game it was from. But I know at least from the Mario franchise. But from which game I know because they have made tons of games for the past 30, 40 years. I was like,
to be fair, you
can it
recognize
never
Galaxy, but to be fair, Nintendo hasn't really made another Galaxy in a while, so
let me see if I can look it up. Moon Kingdom Mario. Because the only Moon Kingdom that I know of is from Sailor Moon, but that's one of the things. But let's go see it. Oh, here we go. Super Mario Odyssey. Apparently, it is the Moon game. Moon Kingdom is origin in the Super Mario Odyssey. Have you ever played that game?
I have indeed played Odyssey. It was good. It wasn't the 3D
Yeah.
Mario that I wanted, but it was alright.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, that. Um,
I'm also
yeah,
surprised you
because
haven't
this
said
game.
anything on the new Mario.
Yeah, because it was
Continue,
released
Bobber.
in. Yeah, here it says on
Fire.
the Mario Super Mario wiki, it says that the Moon Kingdom's main industry is tourism and weddings.
Oh yeah, I never remember. Mario Odyssey was basically the plot of Odyssey was Bowser was trying to marry Peach.
Yeah,
It was never
and
explained why. They just wanted the Mary Peach.
yeah, it's also it's a greater location of Honeyloon Ridge. It's the 14th and final story kingdom access in the game, as suggests that it's located on the moon. Because of this, the gravity in the kingdom outdoors is much lighter than previous kingdoms, implying why Mario's jump higher and further remain in air in a longer period of time. It's and there's a character named Cappy. Who that is, I
Yeah,
have no
he's
idea. Let me see.
Cappy is the replacement of Mario's hat in the game. Basically, what he does is if Mario hits an enemy and it doesn't have a hat, he transforms into that enemy. It's never explained how that works, but
Ah,
that's what happens. It's something.
well, there is another in from that Moon Kingdom. Is called Moonfrog.
Well, it's not another planet. I think that's one of the moons that you can get in the game. Basically, you can transform into a frog and like ridiculously high up in the sky. It's great.
Yeah, and this particular frog, or moon frog, it looks like it has. It looks like a tree frog, green, the red eyes, and a
Yep,
top hat.
those are the ones. I remember that moon all too well. It was
I mean, I've
so
seen.
terrible to get that.
There is even something called Moon Snake.
That would be the. That should be the. Those should be the Wiggler ones. They replaced the Wigglers with like the accordion snake things, and they were weird
Yeah,
to control.
yeah. Looks like a bunch of rocks together.
That should be in the Lost Kingdom, if I remember that right, but I might be misremembering. It's been a while since I played Odyssey.
Ugh. Yeah.
Are these doors open right now? I can't even tell.
I mean, what if they decide to make a game that Mario is only in space, that he is on some sort of rocket, or he has a that he leaves Mushroom Kingdom, that he has been asked Peach that Bowser has stolen something from her that's very important for her kingdom to rule, and in order to have it back, they had to ask Mario, perhaps even Luigi, or just one of them or both, to go to in another rocket to track down Bowser, and that he had to stop for different for several different locations, like other asteroids, moon, a planet, in order to find uh, Bowser, and that he had to do some, that he had to do some uh, different assignments in order to do that. And in order to, in the last one, that they finally catch up with Bowser, they had this final boss battle, and when they defeat Bowser, he's defeated, and they grab the things that he had and go back to Mushroom Kingdom without any problem. That would have been an interesting game idea if they were to have made just about space. It would have been one
All
of the
right, so
concept I.
what you're explaining right now is pretty much Super Mario Galaxy.
Wait, really? Damn.
Well, mostly Galaxy 2, because Galaxy 2 has Mario. Well, mostly Mario go on a planet which is a space which looks exactly like him, all over the well, not the Mushroom Kingdom, but just all over space. Galaxy's
Hmm.
a weird series. Oh come on, 21 just
Uh,
period. My God, that sucks.
you did mention about the Princess Galaxia.
Rosalina.
Rosalina, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, she
wow.
is apparently like you said, um, her her home is Comet Observatory
Observatory.
Observatory or something. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, she looks like almost like Peach if she could have been her older sister or just a
Yeah,
coincidence
like I
that she
said,
how
that
she
was
looks
the
like.
original intention. She was going to be her sister. So the designs, I guess the
uh,
design changed a little, but she's pretty
mm.
much the same character as she was before. Just she's not the sister anymore, and she lives in space, which was always the
Well,
intention. But
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that he actually would eventually at one point to make Peach have another female relative of hers, if it's a sister, cousin, or perhaps even I don't know her mother. And if Mario could also have another relative in the game, perhaps someone a male relative, like say a grandfather or perhaps an uncle, who knows? It's just we never know. I mean, if they have been making Mario's for such a long time, when they added Luigi in the game, I can understand if the when the fans like when they find out they added a new character like a younger brother of Mario. I can see why some of the characters like, wait, really? So I can understand
to
some
be
of the viewers
fair,
may,
Luigi's been there since the beginning, so
yeah, well, I mean, as they started to developing more of his character to more of like say how is it maybe it's a more background and some parts when they give him his own games like say that is the word mark that he has more officially because when Mario first came out, Luigi wasn't even has even I wasn't even planned originally. It's like when they made Sonic. Sonic was not he was the only character and he didn't have Tails until much bit later on. And then later they added a new character, Shadow as an anti-hero character, and later they brought in Silver. Precisely that's the same thing. I mean, even though Shadow has his own game, Silver hasn't even had his own official game yet, but they have brought new multiple characters throughout many series of the franchise. Same thing as for Mario. I mean, they brought in a lot of new characters, and even so, like you said, Rosalina was supposed intentionally to be her Peach sister, which never happened. I mean, what if they decide to bring some of other characters in the games that's gonna be somehow connected to either Mario or Luigi or some other character some way. Like say if it's a family member or as an old friend of theirs or a new enemy. It's a little bit difficult to tell right now, but it's always a possibility that they might just simply to bring back some new characters that somehow is connected to other maybe that since Bowser has one adopted son. So what if they decide to make that Bowser finds gets a new kid, or perhaps he has another relative, maybe a nephew, or perhaps even a brother that shows up in a game, and that's not impossible because it happens a lot actually. That some new characters has been brought in that somehow either just simply connected to one or two characters in the games. I mean, even though that when it brought more like Shadow in the Sonic franchise, he has no connection to either Sonic or Silver at all. And when Silver was brought in the this comic series, in the comic book series that it made of Archie Comics, uh, one of the art designers uh, made a statement that somehow Silver was descended from Amy and Shadow, and the fans shouldn't ask how it was even possible or how it would make sense. I mean, since Silver is from actually for in from the future about 200 years, So it couldn't make sense if that Silver could have been their grandson or their future descendant. But later, Sonic's creator made an official statement that Shadow and Amy are not somehow related to Silver, that he's not their future descendant at all. So in the first time that after this art designer made a statement, it was canon. But after the creator officially said that's not true anymore, so it's not canon, canonical anymore. So it's just like that. But still, Silver remained as a good character in the franchise and still as a hero. And they even brought in Eggman Nega, which is supposed to be a future descendant from Eggman. Like he looked very similar, identical to Eggman, except that he has silver gray white or silver beard, so a mustache. It's that is official. So why not they bring other characters in of like in the Mario franchise if they would bring in someone who it could have been related to other Mario, Bowser, or Peach. Or maybe that they made Toad have a kid. Maybe that he has, I don't know, a daughter or a son or something. Or perhaps even a sister. That would be something. I don't say it's the wrong idea to that they would bring in some new characters that within a franchise.
Oh
I mean,
boy.
if they had, I mean,
Well,
if they,
it is canon that, well, kinda. It's sort of not really, kinda, maybe, sort of. What in the world? It's canon, quote unquote, that what the heck is this background? I've never seen that before. Weird. Um, what was I saying before I got interrupted? Oh, right. It's kind of canonical that Toads can have kids, because in the Paper Mario series, there's kid Toads that walk around town and stuff. They're in the Mario and Luigi series too, but the thing about those series is that it's not exactly known if they're canon or not, because they're spin-offs, so it's not really. Also, Mario and Luigi had a Paper Mario crossover, so whether or not the Paper Mario series is canon or not, I'm not sure, but the Mario and Luigi series might be. So if that's anything to go by, then Toads can in fact have kids. There's
hmm,
too many of them, if you ask me. I mean, just look at Secret Star, but I don't know. That might be a weasel call, though. The Mario and Luigi series might be canon, though, so if they are, then yeah, Toads can have kids. But if they aren't, then it's not actually known or not. Also, that Babam just completely blew up that Goomba down there, and I can't be bothered to understand how it worked, but okay. It's a little complicated, because, again, when Nintendo never actually said if the Paper Mario series is canon or not, and Mario and Luigi might or may not be, so I'm pretty sure there were Toad kids in the Mario movie too, so if memory serves me right anyway.
yeah, I mean, it's possible. I mean, if they had brought new characters in, like a Sonic franchise, and then he has some new characters in Mario, I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow would made an official character that somehow, if they are connected to Mario, but like say if they were related or they were an old family friend. Like I mean, like say, what if they said that they made a game where Mario and Luigi has an uncle or maybe an uncle or a cousin that's somewhere, and they were on a and they left Mushroom Kingdom and went on for this journey for like a treasure journey to find a treasure after they found a treasure map to find an old treasure, and it somehow their relative never came back. They assuming maybe that he found the treasure or he found the treasure but decided to remain where he found it to live out his life. Or he didn't find it and he felt embarrassed that he didn't want to come back to be so ashamed that he never able to find the treasure. Or if that he did vanish, never that he did find the treasure, but somehow was lost, or at least that he did end up lost in the search for this treasure. That he ended up on an island, and Mario or Luigi or perhaps someone finds this. Let's say a message in a bottle. It's like an SOS message, and bring it back to Mario. They read it, and it's for Mario or Luigi, and they bring it to the Toad, and he brings it to Mario, and they decide to figure out how to save their relative or maybe a friend of there, and they ask perhaps Peach for help, maybe if she can provide them with a boat to go to find their friend or relative like that, and they had to do a lot of some sort of assignments or missions in order to do that. Like say they had to fight against a giant octopus, and they had to fight against pirates, and maybe a fight against a ghost ship or something. And then after they finished that, they came out to find the island where they eventually, you know, um, find their friend or cousin or their relative, and they managed to figure out where this treasure is and bring it back to Mushroom Kingdom. I mean, if that would have happened in a game, I would have really been really surprised that they actually did, because a treasure hunt in a game is not a bad idea. I mean, I know about to say this, but there are a lot of franchises out there doing games, and that they have to find a treasure. It's always a good combination to that. They had done a few games of Mario, like their kart, racing games, uh, Olympic games, and many different versions. So why not having one game that's focused on that Luigi and Mario had to find someone they know that has been lost, and he sends or the person sent out for a and it's like a SOS in a message in a bottle in order to find them, and that they had to do a lot of different missions on the way, and in order to being able to find their friend or relative and bring it back, and also to find the treasure back home unharmed, and that they had to fight against some maybe a big boss near the end, maybe a dragon or something. I mean, if that would happen in a game, I would have been not surprised. Um, how would you like if they made a Mario game that he turned into a knight?
Well, there's not a Mario game like that, but you want to know something?
What?
They're gonna make a new Peach game, and Peach is gonna be a knight.
Huh. Well, I mean, since the topic about the idea of Mario being a knight, it actually reminds me of the Sonic and the Black Knight, where he finds or fights against his friends as reincarnated knights, like say Lancelot, Mordred, and that Sonic using Excalibur as well his own sword, and Amy would be in Lady of the Lake. which is based on King Arthur's story. I mean, if they did that, the same thing, quite similar to as Mario. Now that would have been an interesting. I mean, if they had done a lot of different games, that I mean, being space, Olympics, why not do a knight version of the game that he is a knight or that he is going for to find a pirate treasure or something. I mean, there's just have been so many ideas that they. I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo actually had a lot of ideas and, you know, every big game company always has meetings of potential new ideas for a type of game they wanted to make next. I mean, who knows? I mean, what if someone was actually against to making Mario, Mario that is Olympic Games, or if someone was against Mario Kart, or if someone would have been against Mario Randomizer being made.
Well, I mean, technically, this isn't an actual Mario. Well, it is, but this is someone else made this. This isn't a Nintendo thing. This was made by someone else. Someone that has high hacking skills, which I don't have because I can't hack for shit. But yeah, it's been well since you've got into the Mario's. We've had like two really excellent Mario's, by the way, back to back, and now we've got this guy.
That Mario looks like he has been too much tan on him.
I could have sworn we've had this Mario before.
I'm not so sure.
He's not on the list, but just feel like we've seen him before. I don't know. Maybe I'm just imagining things. But yeah, this and Chaos Edition weren't actually made by Nintendo. They were just made by some other guy. It's just based off of 64, which Nintendo did make, so it's a little complicated, but again, it works. Anyway, so while you were discussing like possible Mario games, I remembered that Mario and Luigi do actually have a canonical cousin. His name's Stanley. He was only in one game. He's never shown up again, and he just killed bugs. That's what he did. It was just a bug killer. I don't know why he was a bug killer, but he was. He was only in one game. That was Donkey Kong 3. I don't know why specifically he was in 3, but he was. So. And Mario and Luigi's parents have been teased like 13,000 times by the Yoshi's Island series, but I don't know. It's a little it's a little complicated. The Mario series is like, oh no, we can't have family and stuff in and in, but I don't know. Where is that spawning? On the top, really? All right, fine. But yeah, there's been a lot of decisions that Nintendo's made with their games that never really came through. Rosalina's being Peach's sister is one of them, but this game gives Mario 8 HP. That was originally going to be in Galaxy. It was reused in Sunshine. Even if you've never had 8 HP Mario ever again, unless you count Paper Mario, in which case you can get 8 HP by taking damage, but we don't really count that because that's not how HP works. Galaxy shortened it to 3, which could be heightened to 6 using a mushroom, but Odyssey put it back to 3 again, and then I don't know. It's just a mess. Where's the star? It's over there. Also, I don't know if have you seen the trailer for Super Mario Bros. Wonder?
Nope, never even heard of it.
Well, it basically it's a new 2D Mario game, and Mario gets transformed into an elephant in it.
Ah, that one.
There's
I think you mentioned it before.
yeah, and everybody else turns into an elephant for some reason. I don't know why, but they do, and the internet's
Weird.
already doing what the internet does about that. It's gonna be a mess. Let's just say.
Yep.
Now, which one of these doors is gonna let me inside so I can get these stars? There we go.
Oh, it's gonna be muted for a little bit, so.
All right. Now, while you're doing whatever you're doing, I guess I could talk about other. I guess I could discuss some other things that was gonna be in Mario games, but never ended up being in them because it's an interesting thing to talk about. So, this game was gonna have like other worlds and stuff like that, and it was originally gonna have the classic Mario things. It was gonna have a flagpole. It was gonna have stuff like that, but because of the N64's limitations, quote unquote, they couldn't do that. So they made individual levels and individual missions instead. So that's if that happened. Also, originally, there was going to be, I think the original amount of stars in this game wasn't 120. I think there was just going to be 70, and then they turned it to 120, and then I think there was going to be more, but DS Remake had 150, so. I also remember there being a roll, like Mario could roll in this game, which he kind of technically not really can in this. He can roll out of a dive, but yeah, there wasn't. I mean, from 64 anyway, there's not really much to talk about. Sunshine, I think Sunshine had a couple changes. The biggest one was there was going to be this enemy that was just kind of walking around. In the middle of the enemy, there was just a giant eyeball. There was no reason for there to be an eyeball. There was just an eyeball. And I think you killed it by ground pounding the eyeball, if memory serves me right about that. Nope, that was interesting. There's also, I think it was like called a Stroll and Stew or something like that. I'm pretty sure the plot was different too. Like, I think it was just going to be a vacation and then something goes wrong. Don't quote me on that though, because I don't remember if that's right or not. Galaxy is the one I know the most about with the changes. Rosalie and Sister is one. The 8 HP thing is one. There was going to be a level that was scrapped called Starman Thwart, which people have painstakingly gotten back together using the power of technology. But yeah, it was gonna be this big fortress. There was gonna be like a ton of stars. That's where Mega Leg was originally gonna be fought. The big, if anyone's played Galaxy, you know what what I'm talking about. Actually, wait. There is something to talk about with Mario 64. I'm pretty sure some people know about it already. You gotta talk about the Geiger League. So, not too long ago, like it was like a year or so ago, somebody managed to hack their way into the confounds of the Mario 64 data stuff, whatever, data breach or whatever it is. And they found all kinds of things. They found enemies that were going to be used, like the Motos is the most popular one. It was going to be the Chucky at some point, I bet. There was also a level called Moto's Factory found within the code. The biggest thing that they found was, of course, Luigi. They found Luigi in Mario 64's code. He was going to be in the game. There was going to be a two-player minigame, multiplayer mode. It got scrapped because the N64 can only do so much. But using hacking and stuff, you can get Luigi in. Well, not hacking, but if you ROM hack the game, actually, well, I guess it is technically hacking, but if you can get Luigi in the game, well, using hacks and stuff like that. But yeah, levels, enemies, original textures, stuff like that. That kind of thing was found in the Gaga League. I'm not entirely sure what kind of levels were found. I know about the Moto Factory, but everything else is kind of a mystery. I didn't really look into it. All I know is that they found Luigi, and that was like the biggest thing that they found with Mario 64. Because people were like all over, like, "Where's Luigi? Why isn't Luigi in this game? Where the heck's Luigi? Well, I want to play as Luigi." And it turns out that he was going to be in the game, and then Nintendo decided, well, they didn't decide because, the N64, like I said, can only handle so much. But people found him, and I'm pretty sure nowadays you can play as Luigi just fine this game if you know what you're doing and know how to hack this game, but it's still pretty wild that people found these things.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to the one person that listens, me.
Huh.
I'm just talking about. We were talking about stuff that was going to be in Mario games. So I just decided I'd talk about other things that was going to be in Mario games, just to discuss it with whoever is watching the stream at the moment. Because I didn't want it to be dead silent the whole time.
True.
So what's up with you?
Not much. Planning to do another story, but I can't do it after the stream is over, since computer is a little bit slow, including the program if I want to use something when I'm using StreamYard. But it's something I have to live with. So, have you read anything new about, I don't know, space lately?
Not really.
Hmm.
That Goomba seriously just ran right off the edge. So that happened.
Have you seen any of the Angry Birds movies by any chance?
I unfortunately saw the both. The second one's definitely not as bad as the first, but the first one was just so boring to me anyway.
Yeah, I haven't even seen any of those, and I even played the game either, so...
I feel like I should have fallen right off there, but I saved it, because it's not me. Yippee. Don't die. Right. I wonder where Malachite is, by the way. I wonder if he's still watching or not.
Nope, no one is watching right now. A few people have, but he hasn't been back.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to come back or
And he's
not.
not even
Same with
online on
Hayden.
Discord. Uh, well, Malakat is actually online on Discord, Facebook, but assuming he is role playing with Dashi, I was assuming it.
Makes
So
sense.
yeah, and
Alright,
Fine
what's
Goddess
last
is
coin?
yeah, and Fine Goddess she isn't doing well right now. The cat has been passed away, and which makes sense in that. Her brother is he is not happy about it happened, but he's just simply playing games. But he's doing that so to distract himself from not being too much feeling much grief for this happened. And I understand that. Some people do simply try to keep themselves occupied in order to not to feel much too much grief.
Yeah. So, what do you want to talk about now? Oh, I'm
I
dead.
have no idea. Well, if you could live anywhere in the in a system or a solar system, where would you go? Except for Earth.
Probably Saturn.
Okay, why Saturn?
Well, for one, I get to see its awesome rings, and for two, I just Saturn's my favorite planet. I'm biased.
All right then. Well, I would say myself. Well, I would say Titan. At least I wouldn't be bothered by, you know, by anyone. And even though they're extremely cold there, but I didn't care. I can be swimming. I can take in my personal boat on a methane lakes. Like, hallelujah! I'm the new water. I'm the captain of this lake. And experience 7.5 years, summer or winter. But that's just it. I mean, other Titan, I would probably say Pluto. I saw this on what was it, History, a couple of days ago, about this on earlier this week. Some people believe, some researchers believe that Eris, that's the planet, that's a dwarf planet behind Pluto's orbit. No, wait, not Eris, but Sedna, which they believe could have been uh, because it how it's very unusual orbit, since that orbit was more elliptical orbit around the sun and compared uh, to um, to Pluto's orbit around the sun. They there were two theories that they suspect that the planet could the dwarf planet could have been from uh, the Oort's comet cloud that's in a the far end of the solar system, that the edge of it. They believe that they could have been captured in there, could have been somehow drifted until it somehow ended up in the sun's orbit. Well, in its current orbit. Other theory is that but they believe that the planet was actually drifting from deep space, and it was captured in by Neptune's gravity, which made it change. Or I think the third idea that they thought that that Sedna actually had a different orbit, but Pluto, Neptune's gravity somehow shifted to make it rather being more extensive orbit, since that planet or dwarf planet is has an orbit that way longer than anyone else. Do you know how long this orbit is?
Very.
Very. Compared to like Pluto's was at 248 years. I think it is 240 years. Just to be 100%
Mario,
sure.
get in there. Also, can we talk
Oh,
about this
come on.
amazing Mario I got going on here?
Sedna's orbit is 11,500 years. So that is a long time that takes orbit around the sun. And the Mario, well, at the moment I can't say much since he looks metallic.
Well, it was bound to happen. It froze. But I need you to see this Mario because it's excellent, so. Take two! Look at this guy. It looks excellent.
Cabbage Mario.
Well, we know the rules, unfortunately. I'm keeping this Mario, though. He's really good. The game crashed, so that means we have to do the next seed. That's how it goes.
I
By
call
die
that
or
salad. I would give that the nickname Salad Mario.
he was definitely interesting, but I kind of liked him. It was very odd things. All right, I already did 12 and 45, and I already did 12:45, but I haven't done 45:12. Ha ha! Yeah, we'll do that. I'm combining them. I also could have just done whatever order in the world, but whatever. 45:12. Did I do 45:12 here anywhere? Doesn't look like it. Got this right, yeah. Yeah. Alright, cool. Return. It wouldn't let me return for a second. Alright. Ah, yes. It's a. Oh, we've got blue, we've got yellow, we've got purple.
Hmm.
It's all kinds of colors. And green coins. What's this guy say? He's just so glad to see me. Aw, Toad. That's so nice of you to say. It was so nice that I'm running towards this painting and going right inside of it. Alright, green is... Oh, good. Red coins are actually red this time. Hooray. Now I won't be confused. I do like how the coins are Christmas colored, though. You have green and red. A very bright green, too. My goodness. I wanted to save that coin for last. Oh well. Alright, can I long jump from here to there? Gonna find out in a second. Answer that. I changed the music, right? Because this is the actual music that's supposed to be playing right now. So I can't tell if I did or not. I think I did.
It's possible. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even know the difference.
That answers that. Because this is the boss music. Hello, Bowser. Well, first Bowser has to show off his dance moves to me before he can fight me. First try. Look at that. I'm just too good at this game. Take that completely pointless key now. Thank you. Seriously, I don't actually need this for anything, but I'll take it anyway. It's a trophy, obviously. The trophy of Bowser's defeat. That's clearly what it is. Okay, where am I going? Nothing over there. There's the Womp King. I died in Womp Fortress. What is wrong with me? Oh my goodness gracious. Actually, yes. Open the cannons in case I end up over there. In the area that I don't want to be in. Thank you, sir. That's gonna be the real baby. Oh my god, I don't want to get that guy. Please, for the love of God, be the right baby. Oh, Mario! 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 Come on. You've got two hands that aren't broken. Did. Put it on. Thank you. Yes, it is. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. This better be the right one, because if it's the one that's over there, I don't feel like eating it right now. I do love that Mario gets stuck in the snow. That's a weird detail. Is this your baby? Thank the Lord. Hey, that's where that's supposed to spawn. Hooray!
What would happen if you drop the penguin baby on the high, from a higher? Uh, just dropped it down. Would something happen?
If you drop it off just like the edge, I think it'll just fall off to where it would like wherever the ground is.
Huh.
But fun little fact, you can actually throw that baby penguin off the edge where the mother penguin is, and if you do it after you get the star, the mother penguin would be mad at you and push you around. So it's just a nice little detail that they put in. Well, it's not really nice, but you know what I mean. Little detail. Yeah, that sounds about all right. Alright, I just gotta get the red coins here. And burn my butt. And burn it twice, and I'm dead. Oh well, I didn't really like the red coins in that area anyway. Dardox! Where are you taking me? Rainbow Ride. What in the world? Well, I've been pinballed to death. This is not putt putt, you know. You're not a golf ball, Mario. I never thought I'd say that in my life, but here we are. Wait, didn't I already do a star? Oh, apparently I didn't because this is still up. Thankfully, since they're red, I can see them pretty easily. So that's 7. That's 8. I just had to get it. Mario, please don't forget this stupid coin. Okay. Just, you know, you really shouldn't hit the people underwater. It's considered dangerous. All right, that's where the star is. Oh, like the goo. What? All I have to do is get over there. Words aren't working today. Where's the star? Oh, there it is. I'll just move this. Thank you. Right. Made it short for both of our sakes. 4, 5, 12. I'll keep that. 4, 5, 12. Next. 8, 9, 8, 7. Have we already done that one? I feel like we have. We did not. Alright, cool. So let's replace this with 8, 9, 8, 7. Well, that's
You know,
that's
it
that's
kind of
that's great.
that kind of reminds me of Stuart Griffin for some reason. At least the pants part. I mean, the red pants and the yellow buttons. That reminds me at least of the sign of Stuart Griffin.
All right. Also, 1-star mode has been activated because we got a ton of seeds here, and I kind of want to get over it. So, for the next few seeds, I'm just gonna get 1 star and move on. But I'll keep the seeds in mind for in case we ever do this again. They didn't like big and full things. The ones we like anyway. That's a 7. We'll never know what he wants us to press. Well, I've heard of a redhead, but this is ridiculous. Ah, yes. Excellent. That's excellent. Have we gotten any data on here? I don't even know. Alright, let me get to the last 5, then 1-star mode will be over.
Let's see how this Mario looks like.
Yeah, I'm doing 1-star mode at the moment. That's what's going on, by the way. Just to get through these pretty quickly. Oh! Well, that is a very, very interesting looking Mario right there.
Yeah, it looks like he
Excellent.
has brown clothes. At least part of the clothes are brown, is pink and um, brown orange type of hair, like a ginger hair. It's like okay, and green shoes. That is a good combination. That was just.
Yep. What a Mario to end 1-star mode on. And with that, that's 5 seeds left. We'll go back to our regularly scheduled 5 stars, I guess. Wait, 8524. Oh, we're good. 8524. On. Oh my goodness gracious! It's 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 well. I'm honestly not sure. It's Wario, but it's not Wario,
Kinda almost. Yeah, at least it looks like it in a way.
except for its head.
Yeah, and except that he's not the biggest Wario.
Yeah, I'm just saying he looks like Wario.
Maybe
Very
Wario's
bright
son,
yellow though.
or maybe Wario Junior.
Who knows? Well, at least that star was pretty easy to get. 5 stars. There we go. I've also noticed that you can't seem to spawn on the second part of this specific stage, which is definitely interesting. So, so now that we're at the final 5, see, I like to do what's called the 5 up mode real quick. I got 5 here, 10 in the next, 15, 25, and then end off with 25. So that's what's about to happen real quick. I don't know. Thankfully, I know this game like the back of my hand, so this shouldn't take long. So, which game show stream would you say is your favorite so far?
And that would have been the well, originally was the my first scripted video, but I don't know about. I would say I had to see the movies we did last week,
Hmm.
especially with your brother's reaction over what he said.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, that was just one. I mean, that was just one. That was just one reaction I never expected your brothers like to say.
I wasn't expecting it. That's why I lost mine. I lost my mind just as much as you did. And I've been living with him for years, so. I'll tell you this too. It's so refreshing to play this than Chaos Edition. You know, with
Oh yeah.
that, it would have taken like 13 years for me to actually get something. At least with this, we're getting progress done. Cool. All right, that's staying 8, 5, 2, 4. Also, you can see the sky right now. At my place, it's like all pink and stuff because the sunset's going on right now. So it's pretty cool. All right, that's 5. That is a 9, not a 6. 48.
Right, I have to finish this one also. And the world history quiz that I've been worked on. So far, Only 3 questions remain out 108.
Huh. Check out this one. Look at
Mario, you really had to stop sun tanning or sunbathing too much.
listen.
or
What's a sun to 10? I couldn't just stop. I said,
or
I
you
got the
had to stop
210.
using, or you had to stop wearing Princess Peach's makeup. Oh,
It's a fur
great. You
cosmetic.
say just
I look fine without them. Mamma mia! Uh, that's from Paper Mario.
maybe
Oh
your
my
game
goodness
guy's
gracious.
maybe you're a game guy's younger brother because he says red.
That'd be a news to me. All right. Let's get you the other coins, which are blue. Blue coins today. Look at that. Although I've definitely never seen the regular coins gray before, so that's kind of cool. New
Hmm.
color, hooray!
Have they ever been white?
They've been white a few times. Well, the red coins have been white.
Have they ever been turquoise?
Well, it depends on your definition of turquoise.
True. But have they ever been black or something?
They've been black, yeah. They've been pretty much every color.
Except for have they ever been two colored on them, right?
No, they can't be two. They can't be double colored. No. The normal coins are always one color, and then the red coins are always another color. Because yes, the 8 coins that you're supposed to get a star are supposed to be red, and the normal coins are supposed to be yellow. And yes, there's been times where I've done a randomizer and they've been swapped, where yellow was red and red was yellow. Those are always the most confusing. It's one thing to not know what the color is. It's another to have them be the same colors but just swapped. Bowser didn't show off his dance moves this time. How disappointing. So long, nigga, Bowser. That's not what he says, but it sounds like that's what he says. Mario, come on, man. Get the tail, thank you. Once again, I don't really need this key for anything, but I'll take it anyway. Okay. Ooh, you grabbed it right on the edge there. Of course, it's the infinite staircase. All right. Did I just hear a box break?
Hmm?
Weird. I don't know. I thought I heard a box break in the game, but maybe I was just hearing things. That bomb came out of nowhere. Where did the star go? There it is. All right, Mario, we're gonna need one more star because I decided I don't really want to. Actually, I'll just do the next thingy bob right now. That's 56. That's a 4, and that's an 8. Next is the third one. 7, 4, 1, 2. That's interesting. His entire lower half of his body is yellow. So I guess you can call him Cotton Cheese Pants.
I
That
would even
is
eat
a
that.
that is a brilliant name, and I'm going to continue to call him that because I like
Yeah,
that
I would
name.
even. Though I would even eat that combination of as food.
Lois might, but I sure wouldn't. Ow. Speaking of Lewis, I gotta ask Roy, join this with the Niagara Falls thing or not. I'm not sure if he is. I'll do that after the stream. All right, come on, Cotton Cheese Pants. We're going. We're gonna find out if we can find 5 stars or not. That is not a red coin. All right, good. That, however, is. Did, 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 did. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Mario, your hitbox is so weird in this game. Pets on the bridge. Hopefully, it's not as annoying to get as I think it's gonna be. It isn't. Cool. All right. There's where the star's gonna spawn. Nothing over there. There's two. I just gotta find where number 8 is. If I were a light blue coin, where would I be? Oh, I see where I would be. Ow. That blended in pretty well, to be fair. I don't feel like beating Bowser right now. Ooh, Indy's back. We're back. Everything's back. Oh, that's just a boo to my left. Don't worry about it. What? Okay, game. I'll take it. What's the catch? The catch is I'm about to die. So, Swedish.
Hmm?
What would you consider your least favorite sequel of all time?
Less favorite? What do you mean?
Yeah. I mean, like, sequels. Like, continuations of the story, movies, whatever.
Um, for the movies, oh boy, that's well, for this movie franchise, that's boy, um, wow, that was a good one. I mean, I've seen so many. Oh wow, that Mario. But honestly, though, yeah, well, that was a good question. Um, well, might be different, many different versions from franchise, um, but if I had to say, from sci-fi franchise, so my least favorite character would have been Jabba the Hutt, uh, Boba Fett, for most. At least the Jabba the Hutt would have been my least favorite, along with Emperor Palpatine. But when it comes to other game movies, that's my least favorite character. Um, well, in Mario, okay, from the first live action movie that made a Mario trash movie, sorry, that would have been the one that's supposed to be Bowser, like the T-Rex King, or that would want to be one of my worst characters I ever seen in a movie. Um, other than that, uh, well, there are so many. Um, even though I haven't seen much of Marvels over the years, only a few. I hadn't even seen none of the adventures at all. Um, but I know that some people like uh, Rocket, the talking raccoon. People might have been surprised if I said I didn't like Groot, but even though he says I'm Groot as his own main line, but most people may not even know that he actually is talking a language. Everyone his species says I'm Groot, and it actually has an actual meaning, but most people don't know it. But I say Groot is a very much a badass character, which is I like him, even though I haven't seen much of the movies. Rocket, even though he is looks like a talking raccoon, but he is a badass himself with those weapons he uses. But I mean, those were I would say considered one of my favorite characters otherwise in that franchise. But bad characters in any other movies, mm, um, either Mummy from the 90s and onwards, I would just say for at least for the two first ones, or all three of them, I want to say Imhotep, the High Priest. That was the Mummy, the first two movies, and another character named Jonathan, the would be Rick's brother-in-law. He uh, he is one of my in that franchise is one of my least favorite characters. All that he really just thought of were that he wanted to be rich, to earn money, but he didn't care much. Well, he did care about his nephew, but or his sister, but otherwise, um, no, those characters are Imhotep and Jonathan from the Mummy are one of my least favorite characters from that franchise. Um, I had seen um the Fantastic Four, at least the two first ones they made, but the new one with the younger version of them, I wouldn't see much of that. But Spider-Man, I only saw her, first one that made where they had Sam as a character, the actor. Um, Other bad characters I from that franchise would be I don't remember his name, but the one has those arms on his back. I would say that one is probably one of my least favorite characters since even though he's one of the probably better better evil, but even though he turned good one in the end. And oh, who can I not miss out one? Sandman. This guy, he um he was just a regular person, and I don't remember from which Spider-Man movie they were in, but he was in prison, but he escaped, and then he ended up on this location where where the military was testing a new type of weapon, and it created some form of radiation. It it mutated him to this Sandman. So the Sandman as Spider-Man's villain, it was just crazy bad. It's just one of the worst in idea. But the Lizard, which in Spider-Man, it's not a bad. That is more. It is better bad guys. And Venom. Even though I never saw much of those movies, but at least I understand what his weakness is, and some of at least on the base character. Um, but in that, there are many bad movies that I have seen over the years, of course, but there are some good, some bad, and some are decent, well enough. But because each movie has some good characters in it, of course, but some bad ones, and some characters that makes no sense whatsoever. Um, I haven't seen some of the uh, okay, Lightyear, the movie. Now that is not that bad, but one of my I'm saying bad characters would have been Emperor Surge, aka older Buzz, for some reason, which were really bad. But that movie itself was really otherwise good itself. Um, one of the other Toy Story when it comes to the same franchise would have been Toy Story 3 when they came to this uh, daycare, and the worst character as a bad guy would be the bear. I mean, a teddy bear as a bad guy. I mean, that's the least expected as a toy to be the bad guy. You may expect maybe an action figure to be the bad guy, but a teddy bear? Are you freaking kidding me? So that was at least one of my less favorite characters as in a Toy Story version. And even though Sid, the boy, tortured toys, um, and those toys that he torn apart and tortured, even though they looked very weird, but I admit it was actually good to see them to work together how to torture, well, I would say torture, but torment Sid in the end to get their revenge of what he did towards them, even though they didn't physically harm him anyway, just scare him badly so that he would stop doing his behavior. So Sid is, even though he was only one time, small time bad guy in those movies, but he was good. And despite those toys were looking so weird, but they didn't want anyone else, any toys to be harmed. So at least that was good. And I think it was Toy Story 2 when they have the dog in the family. Now that is a good dog. I mean, that's a good character in the movie. Really listen to the toys. uh, and okay, and L, the one that's owned the toy store in Toy Story 2. Don't let me start on him. He was so bad. I mean, he was just so bad, and the and Stinky Pete, the gold miner, even though despite happened what he wanted, it just no. But the punishment for him to being swapped with his young girl's backpack, that is a suitable end for him, considering what he's going to do with the others. But I mean, considering him, Stinky Pete, and the teddy bear from Toy Story 3 are probably the two worst characters in that franchise. Seriously. I mean, I could have understood if they brought Emperor Surge to be the main bad guy in Toy Story 3. I mean, considering he looked as a bad guy. So, why not him? But a teddy bear. I mean, a fluffy stuffed bear to be the main bad guy? I never even imagined that when I saw it, but it just. And turning Buzz against his friends? Now, that was one unexpected turnaround. But do you even have any other characters that you don't like from other movies?
Well, not that I can think of really. I mean, Lotso's up there too, but for me anyway. But that was the teddy bear in Toy Story 3. But okay. I mean, I don't play a lot of. I mean, I don't watch a lot of movies, so
Yeah, and and as if those movies, what was it called? The Land Before Time with the dinosaurs. The first one was actually not that bad, but I don't think I've seen all of them, but only at least a handful of them. But some of the movies where the bad guys were not that not that too bad. I mean, at least some of the movies were not too bad in that franchise, but mostly people when they're using making sequels. Yeah, usually sequels of movies are simply too bad. The same thing when it comes to Lord of the Rings. I've seen all of the original trilogy, and it was interesting. But having a former um, a former Hobbit turn into this Gollum, I was like, okay. Um, I did see the Hobbit, the original from the 70s or early 80s, like cartoon version. It's not too bad, but one of the most absolute worst movies I've ever seen was The Wizards. Like, okay, hear me out. This is supposed to be a cartoon movie or where magic creatures like elves, dwarves were real. They were man's true ancestors, and that in it's series to supposed to be taking place in far future, like 2 million years after a group of terrorists blew up um, a number of nuclear bombs, and it covered the Earth's atmosphere for 2 million years, and only a handful of humans had survived. The rest had turned into mutants. And the true ancestors of man, like elves, fairies, dwarves, had rewoken up from their long slumber. And this queen of the fairy, of the all these good people in a good land, she had twins, a boy, two boys. Um, what do they call again? Let's see, Wizards. 1977, I think it was. Um, yeah, here we go. 1977. It was just one of the weird movies I've seen, I don't tell you. Come on, open up. Open
Don't
it.
worry, I just got to start on the waterfall.
Yeah, it looks like this. Um, excuse me here. Um, the queen, the
That makes sense.
one was
Yeah.
called Avatar, the Good Heart, a wizard, and his evil mutated brother Black Wolf. So was it. And Black Wolf would eventually leave and find his own home, where he were planning to take over the world. He has sent out um, demons or ogres in order to find old pieces of technology from the past. Somehow he came across this old recording of Hitler's speech during the World War II, and that both Avatar and Black Wolf was 3,000 years old. And in the end, Black Wolf was killed by a simple revolver from his own brother. It's that movie was so bad, so weird, and I had seen it like twice, and it just make no sense. Like, I mean, Earth was devastated in a nuclear war. It lasted 2 million years for radioactive clouds allowed sunlight in, and the humans that did survive were transformed into mutants, but only a few actually did survive. I mean, it was just so weird movie. Even though even though there are still a lot of movies that I've been has seen, others bad. One of the worst, well, one of the bad movies in Friday 13 franchise would be Jason X, the last movie they made, which eventually take part of the far future, but still, it's one of the worst. Um, but one of the see good horror movies would be would actually be Poltergeist, at least the original. I haven't seen the reboot yet. I might not even do that. I've seen The Omen, the original, from the 70s, I think it was 70s and 80s. The first original Omen was, I mean, honestly, it wasn't even that good. They made two sequels of it and even a reboot of the first one. They even made a TV series based on The Omen. Um, I saw only a few episodes of that series and did seeing the first Omen maybe two times or three times or something like that. I was like, not really. Omens is one of the worst horror movies despite the classical. Exorcist. Now that's a movie I have not seen. And, well, not intentionally to either do. I've seen one, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That movie has a cult status, but nope, it's not going to see it in. None of them either. Seen one, but every just one time, and it's just so bad, so boring. So I wouldn't say of any of the um, Terror of Elm Street with Freddy Krueger. I haven't even seen none of those movies, so I wouldn't have been able to see much of that franchise. Uh, when it comes to the Halloween with Michael Myers, mm-mm, I haven't seen none of those, not the original or the reboot. So I would not say much about that. Um, seen Jeeper Creepers once, but that was
What? What? What?
what the
Oh, okay.
But Jeepers Creepers,
Nice.
I've seen it once, but never again. It was a bit scary, but at the same time, one of the worst movies. But I had to say, Titanic, the first one I made, was actually not too bad. It's even though a lot of it was fictional, but based on real story, it was touching. It's a touching story in it. But other than that, um, well, there are still many other movies. Um, in the Tremors franchise, they're made of seven movies total, and the later ones they made, some that make no sense at all, like nothing.
Oops. No.
So yeah, those last movies were, well, I wouldn't say trash itself, but they were just not good at all. I think if at least the Tremors 1 and 2 were at least better. The third, well, it had its moment, especially when they introduced ass blasters. Yeah, literal name is ass blasters. Creatures that flies by shaking their ass and took off. That's
Uh,
it. But if I had to say The Mask from the 90s, that is a classic. The only characters in that movie I didn't like was the landlord or the landlady, um, the landlady and the main detective in the police force and the mobs, the mafia guy. I didn't even like any of those three characters. They were just no good. Otherwise, the movie was really hilarious. Otherwise, but it just doesn't it. Wow, 3 hours already. Time really flies. My goodness. Yeah, I was about to end the stream here anyways, but I only have much hours left. Give or take about total 3 or 4 hours left after yesterday. So, well, everyone, that's been fun. Seeing probably, yeah, next stream will be with the next 2 weeks, since I barely have the hours left. Since on the resets until the resets October 11th. So that will be fun. Until then, this is Vishalo signing off. Bye.
Bye.